Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. I know, where have you been? It's been about a week and a half since I've been on, and there's a lot of reasons for that, most of which I was angry, frustrated, and we'll get into that. But I want to say thank you, big shout out to Pete over at Great Road Firearms. I went there today with my family, adopted a new member of the family, got to meet some subscribers. Thank you all for helping to support a local business here in Massachusetts, and thank you for your support every time I see everybody. I must admit, it's still a little awkward when I meet somebody who says they've been following me for, whatever, a day, a week, a couple years. It's still a little uneasy and unsettling, so if I seem taken aback, please, that's just me in here, and it's not you. So thank you for the support. So I think you will agree that there's been a lot going on in the last 2 weeks, and none of it has been good if you are a fan of the Second Amendment. If you shoot, collect, whatever, it's not good. It hasn't been good. The dominoes are falling all over the place. Even in the corner office, the White House, the guy who said, "I have your back," right? There's just a whole bunch of bullshit being shoveled in our direction from every single facet, and it hasn't stopped with just politics, okay? You have YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, turning its back again, this time officially on the Firearms channels, because we caught them on how they were doing it last time, and they gave the excuse that it was this screening company we were using, and we're so sorry, and now they come out altogether and banned anything that has anything to do with, guns and showing people how to use a gun and how to build and blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot of gun channels right now that are thinking about what the future holds, and myself, I'm not any different. I'm not immune to this. I've been sitting down the last week, the short time that I've had to myself, and I'm not sure where we go from here. I'm not sure if my channel is going to be one that's booted, because I get a lot of information here that thwarts the other side's attack or pulls out their plans, and I know they don't like that. So what does the future hold for Guns and Gadgets? I don't know, but I ask and I beg for your continued support, because like I've said several times, without you, this does not happen. Without you and the support you give, and the constant emails and comments and sharing my videos, I could just sit in my armchair, my lazy boy, and just be pissed off and complain like everybody else. But it's because of you, the viewers, the people who support me on Patreon, the people who support me by purchasing t-shirts or whatever. It's because of you that I keep pushing on to help get this information out, because we all need to be educated, and we all need the information, because the media is not going to give you the truth, right? The media is not going to tell you what I'm about to read to you. The media is going to give you the happy-go-lucky side, wherever the liberal agenda brings them, and that's what they want, because that's what put money in their pockets. This isn't, that's not my game here. I'm about to read you an article that I just read, and it infuriated me to the point that I came upstairs right now into the studio to film this, because I think this is the newest attack. This is the upcoming agenda for the gun grab. I think I got it right here, and I'm going to read you this. It's like 3-4 paragraphs, so please bear with me. But this is a letter penned by 3 mayors across the country: Tallahassee, Pittsburgh, and Portland, Oregon. And I'm going to give you their names. I'm going to read you what they wrote, and it's scary. It's scary to the point where I'm asking you personally, everybody who watches this, forward this. Forward this in every Facebook group you are in. Forward this in email to your friends. Send this to your shooting clubs. Send this to everybody you think you can get this to that might be one of us, because this is telling, concerning, and troubling. So without any further ado, let me read this. So this article came out in the USA Today yesterday on the 23rd of March 2018. And it's entitled, "Mayors Want to Pass Gun Safety Laws, but the NRA and our state legislatures won't let us." That title alone tells you this ain't good, because there's mayors now who want to write law and affect constitutional changes. Here we go. "Mayors are ready to pass gun control laws, but we can't do it unless the NRA and state legislatures get out of our way. We need to end gun preemption. Shots are fired at a school. A gunman threatens and takes lives of young people who represent our future, and adults charged with preparing them for that future. It's every parent's worst nightmare, and every mayor's too. Keeping our people safe is our highest responsibility. If our residents don't feel safe, safe at our schools, safe in our parks, safe at work, safe at home, nothing else matters. As mayors, we're elected to take on big challenges: infrastructure and public works, water quality, energy and efficiency, law enforcement, and civil rights, making our cities competitive in the 21st century economy. Atop that list should be smart, common sense, local firearms laws that keep guns out of the wrong hands. Keep guns out of public spaces. Keep guns out of public spaces. And keep the threat of gun violence and mass shootings at bay. I'm going to tear apart this stuff shortly. There's no doubt about the need for thoughtful new gun ordinances. Mayors across the country are ready to pass them, enhancing public safety in our cities. But we can't, because our states have banned us from enacting local gun laws. Fucking Constitution, maybe? 43 states have some form of gun preemption, a tactic increasingly used by state legislators to prevent cities and counties from making local laws and decisions. States are interfering in local efforts to raise wages, pass paid sick time and non-discrimination ordinances, and adopt fracking and environmental regulations. Lawmakers are using preemption to overturn elections, perpetuate racial and economic inequality, and silence local voices. It's happening in your state, and it's happening because lobbyists and special interests know it's easier to influence a few state lawmakers in 50 state capitals than thousands of local mayors and city councilors. Nearly everywhere, gun violence can happen. Local leaders are blocked from taking action to help prevent it. And, as recently highlighted in the campaign to defend local solutions, the consequences of defying the state can be grave. In Pennsylvania, local governments can't pass gun laws more restrictive than the states. Duh. In Tennessee, the gun lobby and special interest groups can sue local officials for passing gun ordinances because you're violating the Constitution. In Florida, should council members dare pass local gun laws, they can be fined and removed from office by the governor and the people. And in Kentucky, your mayor can be jailed for up to a year just for voting for local firearm regulation. Almost done, I swear. That's the power of America's gun lobby. Gun lobby, not the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights, but it's the gun lobby's fault. In the new national poll released this month by a local solutions support center, 70% of voters said corporate, special interests, and their lobbyists convince state lawmakers to block local laws and protect their profits. Let us be clear. Our states, I hate when they do that. Let us be clear, like you fucking matter. Let us be clear. Our states are choosing the National Rifle Association over your lives and safety. And right now, we're powerless to stop them. But in the wake of last month's tragic shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, a new movement has arisen, fueled by awakened collective conscience that we can and we must do better on our gun violence. The voice that blah, 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 okay? They want more gun restriction. Mayors are ready to do it. That's the last paragraph and a half because I'm sick of reading this bullshit. And this is penned by Andrew Gillum, the mayor of Tallahassee, Florida, Bill Peduto, the mayor of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Ted Wheeler, the mayor of Portland, Oregon. Also joined in these sentiments by the following mayors: Jacob Frey of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Michelle De La Isla of Topeka, Kansas, Buddy Dyer of Orlando, Florida, Sly James of Kansas City, Missouri, Christopher Taylor of Ann Arbor, Michigan, Nan Wally of Dayton, Ohio, Lida Cruson of St. Louis, Missouri, and Jorge Alorza of Providence, Rhode Island. Let me put this down before I smash it. I hope that you're enraged right now listening to that. If you're not, please rewind this and listen again, because they just told us what they're going to do next. Right now, they're playing and pulling at the heartstrings with the kids, because the kids, we shall not let this happen to our kids. Look, is a school shooting a terrible thing? Absolutely. And as a parent of 4, if it ever happened to my kids, I don't know what I would do. I know what I think I know what I would do, but I don't know how I would be able to carry on. But does that mean I want everybody's constitutional right stripped because of one fucking moron? Absolutely not. no way whatsoever should every American pay because one cuckoo bird got out of the frickin' nest, okay? The problem is society. The Democrats, at least here in Massachusetts, I can tell you that we have destroyed any type of funding or hospital or treatment for those who are mentally ill. We used to have places that they could seek help. They don't exist anymore because the Democrats wanted to save some money, right? They wanted to, they play on different ploys and pull at heartstrings, and that's what happens. And you put some people out on the streets that shouldn't be out on the streets, and they do things that were the reason they were institutionalized, because they're violent. Yeah, not every one of them, okay? But that's just here in Mass. You can't have a mayor rewrite the Constitution for a vote. It's just not going to happen, guys and gals. They're telling you straight up that the next wave, after this kiddie movement is going through, that the mayors are all going to step up and say, it's our responsibility to keep our people safe. And it's our responsibility to control gun violence. Listen, school shootings, like I said, they're horrible. But they're not an epidemic. In fact, they're pretty freaking rare. It's just because of the target-rich environment and the type of target it is, it awakens more people and causes more emotion, okay? You have to see through the emotion, and you have to realize that, yeah, maybe a 17-year-old kid shouldn't be able to get a hold of the firearm in the house. Maybe if somebody's in the Air Force or the Marines or the Army or the Navy and they do bad things, it's supposed to be reported and dealt with accordingly so that when they get out, they don't have access to the tools that they're supposed to be blocked from doing. You got to have some type of follow-through and accountability to the people who are making these decisions that lead to this stuff. I guarantee you that if people, whether it's a local businessman, a parent, a legislator, makes a decision and it causes grave results, if you held them responsible, things would change. In fact, how many decisions right now are made by our elected officials that think that they're the cat's ass because they're rich and they can decide what this little peon here can do? How many decisions are really worried about me and my rights? None. It's all how big they can get their pocket, how big that they can get their families or their businesses' pocket, and what is the agenda of the party. That's it. When this country started, it wasn't started by billionaires. It was started by the people, working schmucks like me and you, who cared about the country, not about how much money, the government can make, or how much money we should send over to Iraq, how much money we should send to China, how much money should we put in this omnibus bill and send to other countries and keep it away from our people, the people that we're taking the money from to do all this. And that's what needs to change. I hope that more people who are broke, dead broke, like me and my family and my friends, run for office. It's time that we take the damn country back. I've said it for years on this channel, but people, we need to do it. All right? And if you can run, it costs money. You're going to have to get some backing. But if you can get the chance to run, even if it's local, at your local town selectman, maybe let people know that I'm not running because I have money. I'm running because I care about the country. I care about your rights. I don't know. It's amazing. But this is the newest wave, and they put it in black and white. The mayors are crying that they can't make law because the Constitution and the NRA and the legislators won't let us. You don't get to make law. You can pass some city ordinances, but you can't supersede our frickin' rights in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. In fact, maybe if you're so big on yanking rights and abilities, maybe we should yank your rights. Just a thought. I've gone on long enough. I'm pissed off, and I hope you are too. And if you're not, rewatch what I read from that article. It's in the USA Today yesterday. You can read it for yourself. Maybe if you live in those towns, those cities, maybe call the mayor's office. Maybe get some people together and march, because that's all they care about right now is who marches and what the cause is. So maybe we all just march and pout and stomp our feet and eat some Tide Pods. Maybe things will go different. That's all I got today. I apologize for the little hiatus, but with Trump giving up on his campaign promises, Second Amendment wise, with YouTube banishing gun channels, I wasn't sure if this channel was going to be here. I wasn't sure if I did another video, if it would wake them up and say, oh, he's got to go. But here we are. Let's see what happens. In the event that this channel goes away, you can always see me on Patreon. Links are in the description. Please help support the channel if you are capable of it. I'm not begging for anybody's money, but you can support the channel there. Links to some other social media there. If you're not a member of all of them, join them, because channels are dropping like flies. Also, if you thought you were a subscriber to this channel, check your subscription again, because I lost a whole ton of subscriptions. YouTube took a bunch of subscribers away, so please recheck your subscription and hit that subscribe button and that bell. Again, if you're not a subscriber, please do so. You're going to learn a lot on this channel, as long as it's still here, but on my other avenues as well. Until we see each other again, this is Jared from Guns and Gadgets. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon, never give up the fight. Take care, everybody.